All right, so let's cover something that is basic, and that is to move an entire brigade forward all at once. And I think that one of the things that's important to keep in mind is what I talked about in last night's stream about understanding the difference between take charge, understanding in concept what having take charge, this flag icon, clicked and on means versus having it unclicked and off. So when you have it clicked on, as I'd mentioned before last night, that means that this commander that you have selected right here will not do anything, and I mean he will not do anything unless you, the player, specifically order him to do it. Move is what I mean to say. He will not move. He will not carry out any stance, initiative orders, or anything. You see this orders right here, which we'll get into this in just a minute. He will not do anything on his own initiative at all. He will wait for you to tell him how to do anything. Now, this is useful in some ways, and then it's not very useful in plenty of others. One way that it is useful to start off with is if you want to move an entire formation and make sure that they don't stop, that the AI commander countermands your wishes and stops the brigade, let's say. So let's see what he'll do. You take command. You make sure the rest of his regiments are off of take command. Now, why is that? Remember what I just mentioned about how if it's on, they won't do anything until you specifically tell them to. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's put this regiment right here on take command, just like that. Now, with the rest of them not on take command, let's take this brigade and let's move it by right-clicking, and you want to drag in the direction that you want the troops ultimately facing. Boom. Okay, that's all a right-click there. Now, you can set the formation here, but I don't like to. It doesn't quite work right, not for me anyway. So what I do is I go ahead and execute that selected command. What will happen is the brigade commander will get on the move by himself. Okay, all that does is get him moving. What you have to do in order to get the rest of his brigade moving, minus the unit that we took charge of, is to click a formation that you want the brigade to be in. And I'll go with double line again. Boom. And so what you'll see now is all of these units that did not have take charge on, see? They're all now on the move, and this one is standing still because you haven't told it to do anything. Here's the way to fix this real quick in the moment. If you happen to have this problem, you take them off of take charge. See, they're off now. You go back to your brigade commander and you select the formation again. Okay? And now they will all fall in double line like they're supposed to. Now, what you will do is if, let's say, there were some reason, like enemy troops were up here, and there was some reason that you didn't want these guys to stop their advance. And again, so it seems like it might be contradictory when you're, so if I put them on take charge, okay, as of this moment that they're moving, they will now not do anything else unless you tell them to. So it's a little bit of a nuance difference in the way that take charge works when a unit has been ordered to move versus when a unit is just standing still. If a unit is already moving and you take charge of them, what that will do is ensure that they continue to move. So I'll do that with all these guys. Boom, 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 boom. And that will make sure all of the troops continue their movement forward, right? And we'll get them formed up right there. I have to remember that when I go back to the brigade commander and I try to move him and then select the formation again, they won't move with him like they did when they were off of take charge. That's something that's important to understand. The way that a lot of people think about how to move troops in these bird's eye view war games of this epic scale like this, they got Total War on the brain. They want to click and drag a box, select multiple units, right click and drag a formation and have them go that way. The beauty of this game is that all in one click, you can form a double line with an infantry brigade instead of having to click and drag twice and form two separate lines like you do in Total War. So with this one, it all runs through the brigade commander. And then from there, it's pretty simple in terms of the units on below. Once you get into combat, then you can start to micro. You take charge on and you start to micro. Once they're on the line, a lot in the Civil War game especially, not so much for Waterloo. It gets pretty chaotic and a lot of times in the Napoleonic game. In this game, once you get the lines together at fighting and in combat, a lot of the time you can go ahead and leave your units on take charge and they'll maintain their position in the firing line. You just have to remember to go back and give them back to the AI in case it's time for them to fall back or get out of there, or maybe the brigade commander's got an idea about how they might move somewhere else and flank or something like that. All right, so since we planned on doing this way, let's go ahead. Let's try to get these guys on the move. We'll carry out our little plan here. Let's bring these guys forward to here. Again, in double line. Boop. Now, here's one that requires your keyboard, okay? In order to quickly, after I have issued this move, first of all, something that a lot of people, I don't do it, it's a me thing, I will never, except for right now to show you how to do it, turn off the trees. I will never do it. I swear. We're going after Fort Early first, by the way. But that's how the T key, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to bring them back. 1 to take out kind of the shrubs. 2 to take out another layer. 3 to take out all the trees. 4 to bring them back. The T key. All right. So there you have that. Next, after I've got this brigade commander, and I want to go to all of the units and make sure that they're on take charge again so they don't stop, right, is to go over here to your arrow keys here. Down, up, left, right. Think of the command hierarchy. Army is the top. Regiment and gun is the bottom. So the up key will take you up in the chain of command all the way to the top. The down key will take you all the way to the bottom. So if I want to go from Wells up to his division commander Sullivan, up to the army commander Hunter, there I've done that. Now if I push down Sullivan, down again, I'm back to Wells. But what I want to do right now to take charge of all of his regiments, without having to scroll around the map to do it, such and so forth like this, I want to push the down key, take command, the right key, the right key, the right key, the right key, and then once you come back around and they're all under take command, you can see it just fine like that. Boom. And then the next thing to do is to take your, this is a pro tip for gameplay, because it'll allow your general to just get on the move wherever he thinks that he should be. But that is to take him back off take charge and then give him a hold to the last order, okay? All right, so we got this brigade up. All right. So let's go ahead. We got our regiments off take command, right? We want to make sure they're off so that they will move with the general. Let's go back up to our general. Then these fellas, I'm going to move forward in an assault column. Okay? Column by division, or I believe that's right. Column by division, right there. Boop. They'll change their formation and they'll all get moving, as you can see. But I want to do what I normally would, which is make sure that they all stay moving. I'll usually do it with the keyboard, get my guy off, and then put him on hold to the last. And then that brings me to a kind of another explainer about understanding what, you just follow my mouse pointer, what these mean, right? And they are the most meaningful for the brigade level generals, all right? Hold to the last, it involves a couple of things from a technical standpoint. Okay? Hold to the last. Don't think about what the words mean in real life. Like, don't think about that. They're using words to describe technical specifications about how far away the enemy has to be before this commander's going to order his regiments to attack those enemies, and how likely his regiments are to engage in melee. Okay? Generally speaking, that is what these orders mean. So a hold to the last in-game means this brigade, once they form up, or generally speaking right now, the enemy is going to have to be like right here in order for them to do, to attack, to engage the enemy. And then on top of that, what they will do is when they engage the enemy, they will form line, they will find high ground a lot of the time, they will find the best chance that they can to defend, They won't so much go out with the intention to push the enemy away. They'll just be going forward with the intention to engage and then stop the enemy from moving against them. That's what hold to the last really means in game. And then if you just kind of remember that, hold to the last is the best way to have a general and his brigade basically be on take charge, basically. They really won't. They'll be pretty immobilized. The enemy will have to come pretty darn close to that brigade in order for them to react and do anything, really. Then when you work your way up the orders to hold, okay, that just means that they'll still be defensive. They'll form lines. They won't really charge or anything like that. But that the enemy can be just a little further out before this brigade commander will seek to engage the enemy. And then you work your way on up from there. Defend is like a mobile defense stance. The general will try to keep his troops generally on the defensive, but if there's a chance with a couple of his regiments to go and flank or put pressure on one regiment that's over here or what have you, he'll do that in order to gain an advantage and then maybe turn things around to where he can push into an attack or an all-out attack. When you get into probe attack, all-out attack, then your general is looking to, as often as possible at every opportunity, push the issue. With probe, he's only going to push the issue with one regiment at a time. With attack, he's going to push the issue with everybody and every chance he's got, trying to flank at every chance he's got, to send his regiments against weaker units every chance he's got, and maybe charge sometimes. In all-out attack, it's forward, charge whenever you feel like you can, get the enemy out. That's what those mean. And the AI operates with the same logic in-game as well, which is good. I think it's pretty well designed myself. Let me get forward here. How's the rest of the battlefield looking? Okay, yeah, they're kind of moving on our left a little. Oh, they came forward over here. A little bit. Okay, so that's that strategic AI decided to bring an infantry unit out this way and push the Grand Battery that was on the ridge here back. You can see. That's some clever stuff right there. So, what we ought to do, we're going to grab our regiment right here, and this is a quick way. If I can't, so because of the trees, I can't find the dang brigade commander. I'm not going to push the T key, though, goddammit. I'm going to go regiment, and then I'm going to push the up arrow to get to my brigade commander. We're going to go boom. And now, since the enemy is here, we're going to go forward. We're going to go 500 yards. I don't care if my regiments stay off of take charge and decide to operate on their own initiative, because what we're going to be doing is advancing directly into contact with the enemy. So I'm going to want my regiments to kind of be savvy about when it's time to stop, start shooting, or otherwise. And we'll see. I'll leave this behind for right now, and we'll kind of try to see it in action as the guys come forward. We'll send these guys forward too. Since I can see that brigade commander, we'll select him. We'll go boom, forward 500 yards. Let's go ahead and let's get this attack underway. 18th Connecticut Season, 12th West Virginia Regulars. So let's go with these two regiments here. Let's detach them, because I'll be operating with them out here kind of on their own. We'll leave them in assault column for a little while. Until they get up. Right, and then the rest of the brigade is just going to form line right where the commander's at. After I take them off of take charge. See? Boop. So now these two are going to move to where I want them. And then the rest of the brigade, which is still attached to the brigade commander, will make a brigade formation like they normally would. You can see these two units are not moving in concert with the rest of the brigade into formation. They are moving where I told them to. Got the Rebs on the move over here, forming column somehow. Oh, that's a cool sight. Ah, that's so neat. Anybody who is a military groggy nuts is going to love the scene of a whole bunch of guys marching forward in formation. Works out pretty well. So here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go off take command, and then I want this guy to get into an attack. And so now he may get the guys busy doing some other stuff. I'll let him decide what he wants to do. There would be some stuff that I would want to do here, but I'll let the AI figure out what he wants to do. I think now I will bring his brigade to here. Except, ooh, that's right. Okay, so we got to go down arrow, off take command, off take charge, off take charge, off take charge, off take charge, boom, 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 up again, double line again. That'll get him moving. Just like that. Now let's go back over here and see what our buddy decided he wanted to do. Okay, so you see he's moving a regiment out off the flank right here in line. This regiment doesn't look like it's doing anything except... okay, no, they're firing. This regiment's moving... the 54th Pennsylvania is moving up into a firing position. They'll probably stop once they get into range. Right there. Yep. Let's wheel them. I do these kinds of things to try to improve the look of it. That's kind of for me. Wow, what a slaughter out here. I cannot believe the Rebs came forward out here.